Let's look at working with the content in our magazine. In this exercise, I'd like to show you how to add columns and page numbers and an image to the magazine. Now here we see our layout with content on 3 of our 5 pages. You can see that the pages are going down the left column here, and in a magazine usually pages are next to each other, so it might be nice to see how it might look next to each other. Going down to the bottom here where we went before to fit to the page, I'm simply going to click, and I'm going to pick 2 up. What that will do is put the pages next to each other, so as I work on them I can see what they would look like with the page opposite them. Now in a magazine, if you think of it, the first page is always on the right. Now we can take care of that by going to our inspector. I'm going to click on the Documents tab here. I'm going to click the Document Margins Facing Pages tab. We'll just click here and notice what happened. One page is by itself and the other pages are next to each other. This would be similar to a magazine where the first page will be on the right. The cover would be over here. Since we're here working, let's do some work with columns. And I'm going to just move my inspector over a little bit so I can see what we have here. I'm going to click on my text box so that it's highlighted. And on my inspector, I'm going to go to the Layout tab. Here I'm going to show, rather than 1 column, we're going to go to 2 columns. You can see that my page is now columned. You'll also notice how the other pages are in 1 column. So to get those pages in columns, we'd actually have to go in and put columns on each page to make it work. In a magazine that works because some pages may be in 2 columns, some in 1, some in 3, and it might be just fine. So we'll leave it like that for now. As far as adding an image to our magazine, that's pretty simple to do. I'm simply going to go to Insert, and I'm going to choose what I'd like to insert. And that's going to be an image. Let's find something here that might be interesting. Oh, this is probably a good one. Oh, look at the handsome young man. Yes, yes, yes. Put him right in. Notice that I'm in here and the image came in with text wrap turned on. Now text wrap is when the text goes behind, or sorry, around the image. If text wrap were turned off, you can see that the image is on top of the text. Text wrap is turned on here in the inspector. Object causes wrap. And it's there. We can choose different kinds of text wrap for our image, and you can see that as I drag the image around or smaller, the text wraps in a different fashion around the image. I could, if I'd like to make it look a little better even, click on the picture icon and add a shadow to my image. Makes it look much better that way. One last item we'd like to work on here would be page numbers. Let's talk about that. I'm going to click down toward the bottom. You'll see this box appear. This is my footer. And in the footer, we can insert auto page numbers. I can tell the computer where I'd like those page numbers to be. They'll be in the footer. On the right side, well, I like to put them on the outside. Most magazines have page numbers on the outside, and the format I'll use will simply be the real numbers that we're used to seeing. I'll insert that, and there's my number 1, and just to prove to you, number 2 is over here, and number 3, and we're pretty well set there.